Are we in a summer real estate slowdown? Is this a sign of things to come? We're going to talk about this and so much more in this month's market update video. Thanks again for tuning in. And before we start, please like this video, subscribe to our channels. It really helps us and the YouTube algorithms. All right, so let's dive into the Toronto market update for July 2026. All right. Before we start, typically, if you've been following our videos last several months or several years, I should say, we typically see a slowdown in the summertime, and it's usually the peak of the real estate market for Toronto is usually in May. Typically, we see a little bit of a slowdown come summer, and we typically see a little bit of a rebound in September. Now, let's dive in to see what kind of activity we've had this past month. Sales volume is flat, right? I mean, not a huge change from where we were last year. This is a little bit lower than we were tracking for this year, but I mean, flat. It's nothing exciting. It doesn't say one thing or another, but I think some of the other statistics are a little bit more telling in terms of what kind of market we are in. Active listings is down whopping 12%. That's pretty significant. So that means there's a lot less to choose from for buyers. So one of two things have happened. Either the inventory has been sold and is obviously not on the market, therefore active listings are down, or sellers have taken off their properties taking their properties off the market and will be relisting in September. So I think it's probably a combination of those two things. Now, what we are seeing is, there is a price decline from where we were last year relative to this year. So maybe that's incentivizing sellers to say, you know what, we're going to just hold on because we don't need to sell. Like, we would like to sell, but we don't need to sell. So we're going to wait until next year. So who knows? But this is a pretty sharp number, actually, 12% for active listings. Like, I know working with buyers, there's not a ton to choose from right now. A lot of leftover inventory from the spring market that hasn't sold. So it's not like the A-plus product. Like, it's usually some of the, what I call problem properties. I mean, this is not all of them, obviously, but generally speaking, new listings are down. So that's something to watch out for in August. Average price is down 4.5%. So this is a pretty interesting stat to review. So, if you've been following the market update videos, like, prices have been trending down. This is a pretty sharp price decline from a year ago. I mean, sort of a little bit more pronounced than I would have expected. There is obviously some weakness being the summer months, but we're now comparing this to a year ago, which was a very similar market. Like, if you remember, we were talking about tariffs and we're talking about, inflation worries and all this kind of stuff, and we're still talking about the same thing. So, what I find more telling will be is what is the trend going to be heading into September? Like, are we going to see another big drop year over year or month over month, which we're going to talk about in a second, for August leading into September? Average price month over month is down 5.2%. That's a pretty big drop. Especially when we're seeing volumes flat and active listings down. This is a sharper number than I think any of us who are watching the market really closely were expecting. Now, again, it's 1 month. Like, it's hard to say, oh, prices are trending lower. Be careful if you're a buyer or seller. I think it's important to watch trends, like to see where the numbers are going, in 3 to 4 month increments. So the real, I think, interesting tale will be what are the month over month changes from this month to next month. So this is recorded in August. So I'm talking August to September. So where were prices July 1 or June 30th, call it, and to September 1? Are we going to see another 5% drop? Because that's pretty significant. I don't expect it, to be honest. I sort of expect the market to called normalize, as it usually does in August. But this is a metric that we're really going to watch for the next month. So make sure you tune in to next month's video. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. We're making this a little bit short, not much to talk about here over the summer months. But again, loving the questions and feedback. Please feel free to type in your questions below or reach out to us individually, and we'd be happy to talk further. Again, thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next month. Thanks so much. Bye for now.